So she had a very colorful desk for a long time. She just left it there. But probably the best prank we did, there was another gal that was working there, and she and I did a prank on him. And he was taking classes too, and he would usually buy like a package of M&Ms and take it with him to class, and then he would eat the M&Ms as he was taking class.
Right.
He would do this quite often. So what we did is we got one of those packages of M&Ms, and it's in like the paper packaging, and then that is inside a box. So we carefully opened the box and then carefully opened the package, dumped it out, got a package of Skittles, got the things that were very similar in color, did like half M&Ms, half Skittles, put it all back in the bag, glued the bag shut, and then glued the box shut like it never was opened. And we gave it to him. We had like little boxes we could put stuff in, so we put it in his box. He came in, he was like, "Oh, cool, I'm going to have this tonight," which we wanted to try to see his face when he ate it. But he saved it for later. I'm like, darn it, we're not going to be able to see it. So the next day, he comes in, and he is ready to tear into people. He's like, "I'm going to call those people, and I'm going to sue them because my grandmother's allergic to Skittles, and they could have really hurt somebody and all this." And he was like just tearing into them. And it's like, and I can't believe they did that. And finally, we're like, "Dude, calm down." That was us.
That's awesome.
He's like, "What?"
That's awesome.
Wow.
Man, he was ready to just tear into somebody. It was
That's awesome.
Wow.
That reminds. So
yeah.
At my job, so I work in the receiving area. We're also the support department. So if anything needs taken care of, we take care of it. So this was during holiday setup. So we had to pull all the stuff down for holiday setup. And one of them was just a box full of gnomes, like elves, I guess. They're Christmas elves. And they're these ones where you can like adjust the leg lengths on them. So my boss went on break, and there's just me. I grabbed like a couple of them, and I put one on each forklift, and like at the desk. And he just walks in. He just standing there, like. And when you walk into the receiving area, he's just standing there, and he just looks around. He's like, "Grab all these elves, put them back in the flipping box." Like, and I was like, "I was bored. We have nothing to do." He's like, "You're funny. You're gonna help me do inflatables now." I was like, okay. So
we had a bunch of nursing students. So one of the things we had is we have this like full life-size skeleton model.
Oh, geez.
And every Halloween, I would put it in a location to where like you'd come around a corner and it would just be there. And I would scare so many people with that skeleton. It was
nice. Nice. I have an angry guest story. So again, support department, we had to do a lot of the freight. So we were stocking, I think shelving is what we're doing. And we're doing it, and we're just it's a slow Saturday. Yeah, and so we're just got nothing to do. And we look over and we see a guest climb up onto a ladder and it's like pulling stuff off the displays over in shelving. Like we have like a shelving it looked like a small like closet area. Like it was a closet display. And this guest is just pulling stuff the displays out, putting them in her cart. So my boss goes, "Here, you go take care of them." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Hey, you find everything all right?" And he's like, "Can you help buy anything?" She's like, "Yeah, I wanted this. It's bent, so I'm taking that." And I just go, I'm like, "Ma'am, you can't." So some of those displays we will sell, but if it's a vendor has to come in and set it up, we can't. And I'm like, "Man, I'm sorry, I can't sell it to you. That's at a vendor's display." He's like, "Well, who can I talk to?" I just look over. I'm like, "Hey, can you come over here?" And he just pops out. And like, my boss is like big. And he's like, "So what's the problem?" And she just goes, "Well, I want that." He's like, "No, get out of my store." She's like, "What?" So we had to call the GM of the store. We're like, they sold it to her for some reason.
Oh, wow.
I was like, really? But like the absurdity I see guests do, like over the summer, our in town, our power went for like 2 weeks across the whole town. Like we had really bad. Like it knocked out the power lines. Like they took forever. Like it was so bad. Like they had
the crap happened?
We had like a huge like summer storm. Like it knocked out a bunch of power lines, and like we had to call people from out from other towns to come fix it because it was so bad. and people were like taking our displays apart over like our hardware section, like the leaf blowers. They were taking them apart, just taking stuff off of them.
Oh my goodness.
So we would just find like half of like a leaf blower in the store, like on the ground. It's like, because like we could still work like with the backup generator, like, but even like, but so apparently we found out the cameras aren't hooked up to that backup generator, which you
Of
think
course.
that would be connected to it, but whatever.